Hey guys, it's Matt Bordeaux here. Today is day 29, and I hope you are all doing very, very well. I do want to mention my microphone. We're having issues with it. I don't know why, but it's not doing its job anymore. It really only worked for a short period, so that's pretty unfortunate. But you know what? We're gonna have to work through it. I'm probably gonna contact the company and the guys and just ask them for some tips and just an understanding as to why it would be happening like this. So again, I'm not too sure. The green means it's on noise canceling for the environment, but yeah, it's not doing its job anymore. So you can hear the car, you can hear the fan, you can hear stuff. Before you couldn't, but now you can. So again, not too pleased, but hey, what can I do? So like I said, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a great time. I am going to the gym. You will know that today, as I mentioned, it's day 29. So we're going to be ripping legs. It's leg day. It's going to be a great pump. I'm very excited for it. I did have a great breakfast this morning. However, I did not take any photos of it. That's just the way it goes. I just did not take any photos. Kind of just forgot, to be honest. But we did have a great lunch, and I did include a photo of half of it. So, you know those. Okay, so I cooked up that 1.5 kilos of hot dogs that I had, and I essentially, well, put them in bins and, well, not bins, but Tupperware containers. And yeah, I'm just eating those basically just straight up. So I'm eating 2 hot dogs per hot dog bun. So it's about 15 grams of protein per hot dog with basically, right? Not in a single bun, but 2 hot dogs in a bun is 15 grams of the protein. And yeah, it's pretty good, honestly. It's very, very good. It's like, what, 200, 300 calories. So it's even better. And I had 4 of the hot dogs. So feeling pretty good. One thing about them is, of course, they are so salty, but what am I supposed to do about that, right? You just got to do it. They're cheap, so cheap means salt. And yeah, honestly, we're gonna go to the school. I got schoolwork I have to do. Nothing wild, nothing too crazy there, but yeah, it's gonna have to happen, and so it's gonna be done. And then after that, we're just gonna go home and make this video. So it should be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm looking forward to the day. I'm looking forward to, being able to pump legs. I haven't pumped legs in what, 4 days now, 4 or 5 days. So, it's time. The last leg day I had an insane headache, but this time around, I am definitely not necessarily in that space. All right, guys, I just want to give y'all a little bit of, not an update, but just a small talk about the exercises we're going to do today. I want to get on the hack squat. I want to definitely squat, leg press, deadlift, you know, ham curl, knee flexion, extension, and what else should we do for hamstrings? I might do the glute press. Like, the hip bridge machine. Just because you can target hams. I know it's meant for glutes, but depending on your foot position on the pad, you can just target hams. So, and I mean, usually when you do hams, some of your glutes are going to be targeted a little bit anyway, which isn't like terrible. But I mean, I do want to focus on the hamstring. So, yeah, I think I will try out the glute bridge one of these times. One of these, well, when I say one of these times, I mean today, if I can. Listen, I'm coming here. It's Saturday afternoon, and it's dead. Like, well, I'm not going to say it's dead because I haven't been inside yet, but the parking lot is as empty as I've ever seen it. That's a lie. It's less empty than normal. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So we should have access to every machine and every piece of equipment that we need to use for the day. Okay, let's get in there, and I'll see you guys post game. Yo guys, it's Matt Prideaux. We just finished the pumpy for the day. Leg day, you guys already know how leg day runs. It's always just, well, 100% effort. Always. So, this is basically what we're going to talk about here. I started off with the knee extension, knee flexion, and of course, well, let me just open up by saying, yeah, we're past week 4, so weights are increasing for legs, all around leg. The weights increase for legs. I.e., I'm doing ipsilateral knee extensions at about 55 pounds per leg. Okay guys, you look at my legs in the clips. I'm still small, all right? Bear this in mind as we move through the entirety of, well, the work. Because there's no chance, I'm going to be completely honest, there's no chance my legs are going to grow to be thick logs by the time, well, in a short amount of time. In the future, you know, they will get larger, but for now, like, it's going to take months. Honestly, it's going to take months and months. Like, I'm hoping by at least, you know, by the end of the summer, they'll be bigger, I presume. You know, but we still have a whole summer of work to do to get there. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know how large they're going to get. I don't know how large my body's going to get. It's all up in the air. It's about I'm going to eat as much as I can. I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to get proper rest. That's one thing I do need to get more of is rest, because I go to bed pretty late, you know, editing and stuff, and I love doing it, so I'm not complaining. But, you know, as we grow as a channel, I'm going to get better equipment that'll help me be more effective in every area, including the pump. Well, the pumps, it's just my brain power, honestly. I don't know, maybe one day I'll start, you know, using pre-workout, but I don't really feel the need to do it right now anyway. Alright, so we did knee extension, we did knee flexion. Both of those we started ipsilateral, just so we can really isolate each group and not work one side harder than the other. And then I just went straight to squatting. Squat weight increased. So what were we doing today? 135, 55, 65. Yeah, so we were doing 175 on the squat. So, you know, we're working our way up to 2 plates, and I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good that we're able to actually start bumping up in weight. Well, I mean, yeah, we're bumping up. Like I said in the first week, I believe I think it was week or day 5. I mentioned, you know, every 2 weeks I plan on progressing. Well, I plan on overloading, i.e., just increasing weights for every exercise and every muscle group. If I am working hard enough, I should be able to do that, right? If I'm becoming strong enough in a proper amount of time, i.e., the 2-week period that I'm allotting, I should be able to progress my overload and keep doing that. There will be a point when I reach my natural potential. That will happen, and not anytime soon. So once I reach my natural potential, we will cross that road when we get there. But for now, I'm nowhere near my potential, nowhere even close. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm gaining weight so fast. And that's the thing. Okay, this is another point. Guys, I don't know if I mentioned the weight this morning. So if I did not, I apologize. But I'm going to include a photo. Okay, you guys, I'm already going to have included a photo of that earlier, but I just want to discuss that weight now. I believe it is a high fluctuation. There's no way I have gained 10 pounds, all right, in 4 weeks. I'm eating a lot, yes. I'm getting my calories in and I'm working every day as hard as I can, yes. That is true. But I just don't see how I could have gained a full 10 pounds in 4 weeks. So let's just presume I'm 161 to 163 right now. 2 pounds per week for the 4 weeks. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But again, 10 pounds. I know in my heart of hearts that's a stretch. So I'm not going to count that weight as legitimate today. Okay, the actual exercise. Back to them. I died on squats. I died. They're so hard. I used a 35 plate just on the ground to really isolate the quad groups. Died. Honestly, my legs are busted open. I honestly feel like a sausage that was just sitting on the barbecue for too long and it just bursts open. You know what I'm talking about when you're cooking dogs and stuff, and then it's like when you're cooking spider dogs over the campfire, right? And they just burst open after a while. So I feel like that's my quad group and my hamstrings and the whole 9 yards. So yeah, squats, needless to say, were amazing. I felt great doing them. Very tough, but still, I just felt so great. Felt fantastic after. And then we did deadlifts, right? Which was awesome. Felt great doing the deadlifts. Again, killer, very, very killer. Not easy, not in the slightest, but I still managed to do great sets, great pumps with those exercises. And then, yeah, I went over to hack squat. Hack squat was, again, killer, killer. Hack squat's always a killer just because I'm not really used to it. And Mr. Hackenschmidt, the person who actually made the hack squat machine, I did not know that he made it with the intention that people have their toes angled outwards, i.e., I think it's about like 10 degrees off of 90. So, like honestly, like 100 degrees, angle. And then, yeah, and then your quad group actually is able to take on most of that shear force running down when you do go down into the hack squat. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep your legs straight and your toes pointed in the 90 degree, then honestly, you're gonna feel a lot of it just on your knees, and you're gonna do a lot of compensation with the hamstring group. So having a little bit of a feet spread, the toes spread out, pointing laterally from the body is ideal. It is ideal. So that's what I tried to do today, and yeah, it worked. My quads are busted up, as I mentioned. I did not increase weight for that because it was at the end. I already busted myself up over the squats, so I couldn't really do more than a plate per side. It just didn't really work, and it's like I want to do my full sets, but you have to decrease the weight when you're fatiguing, um, or that's just how I like to do it. That's what I find works best for me. So I just do what works best for me while taking advice from people I would take criticism from, right? I take advice from the bodybuilders of the ages, from the guys that have done it all before and that have that experience. Of course, I'm going to take their advice, and it works well. All right. And then I just did prone leg curl. I know I mentioned I was going to do the glute press, but I was in the. I just didn't feel like doing it when I actually got in there. I love the prone leg curl. I think that machine is so awesome. And yes, I did increase weight for that one. You can't see the weight in the clip, but before we've increased the weight a bunch of times on that machine, but we're up to 95 pounds, which is almost 100, which I feel great about. I feel fantastic with what I've got in that weight. So I'm definitely going to keep it up. Yeah, I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep it running. Honestly, because that machine rocks and the exercise really isolates the hams. And I know I do kind of do a bit of a swing, but I feel like that's the best way I can, target the hamstring. Um, yeah, and I just more weight's better for me anyway. And you know, some of y'all might think that's ego lifting, like with my form, but I don't really think it is because I'm gonna press my hips down into the machine and I'm gonna squeeze my hip abductors, and that causes it to look like I'm swinging, but I'm not. Like, when I do it, I don't feel like I'm swinging, and I really feel like, well, I am focused on squeezing and contracting the hamstring group, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty well the exercises. Oh man, I'm so exhausted. I'm hungry now. I already slammed my shake, so I can't have that. And I gotta go to school now. Saturday evening, going to go to school and analyze data. Yippee. But you know what? I don't want to go at all. But, you know, we have to do what we have to do. I hope you went to the gym today. I really do hope you went. I hope you're doing what you're supposed to do. Listen, guys, it's nice out. I know it's nice. But you guys got to do what you know you got to do. You know, you want to be a success. I want to be a success. The world wants to be a success. So we have to do what's necessary, and that's what I'm trying to do. So you guys better do the same, all right? If I'm doing it, you're doing it. That's how we run over on Maperdo's channel. But anyway, guys, I'm going to cut it here because it's been a long day and I'm gassed out. But I am going to include a photo of dinner somewhere in this clip. But yeah, thank you all again for your support. You guys motivate me to go harder. I motivate me to go harder. I hope I motivate you to go harder. You see how it's a community? You see how we're all helping each other out? That's kind of the perk of this channel, is we're building a community of legends, of awesome people. So if you want to be part of the awesome folk, you know, consider hitting that subscribe button and join us, because I'd love to have you guys in the party. Again, if you support this content, if you like pumping weights, if you like seeing progress in the gym, subscribe to this channel, and I promise you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see cooking, you're going to see pretty well everything that you'd want. So why not subscribe? But anyway, guys, I hope you're all doing fantastic. You're all in my prayers. Honestly, every single one of you are in my prayers. And don't forget it, because I don't forget it. But as always, guys, I hope you all take care.